If you're over 60 and you've been told that spinach, kale, and almonds are the foundation of a healthy diet, I need you to sit down and listen carefully. Because the truth is, 3 of the most celebrated healthy foods in America are actively damaging the kidneys of millions of seniors every single day. And the foods that nephrologists, the doctors who actually specialize in kidneys, quietly put on their own dinner plates at home are almost never on those magazine lists. They are not exotic. They are not expensive. And in the next 18 minutes, I am going to walk you through every single one of them. I'm Dr. Richard Foster, and on the Active Seniors channel, we don't repeat what the morning shows say. We tell you what the kidney specialists themselves are eating after the age of 60. In this video, I will show you 5 specific foods that nephrologists eat every single day to protect their own kidney function. Foods backed by peer-reviewed research from journals like the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, the New England Journal of Medicine, and the American Journal of Kidney Diseases. You'll meet 3 real patients of mine whose creatinine, GFR, and urinary protein numbers reverse direction in less than 6 months. And by the end, you'll know exactly what to put on your shopping list this Saturday. Before we go any further, one important note. Nothing in this video replaces the advice of your own doctor. If you take blood thinners, ACE inhibitors, ARBs, potassium-sparing diuretics, or you are in stage 4 or stage 5 chronic kidney disease, please speak with your nephrologist before changing your diet. The information here is educational. Your physician knows your labs. We support that relationship. We never replace it. Now, here's something most people over 60 don't realize. After age 60, your kidneys lose roughly 1% of their filtering capacity every year. That is normal aging. What is not normal is the accelerated decline most Americans experience. A decline driven not by genetics, but by daily food choices that were never designed for an aging filtration system. The foods we ate at 30 are not the foods our kidneys can handle at 70. The protein load is different. The oxalate tolerance is different. The phosphorus clearance is different. Nephrologists know this better than anyone because they see the blood work. They see what one wrong breakfast can do to a glomerulus over 20 years. So let's get into it. Stay with me until the end, because food number 5 is the one almost no one talks about, and yet it is the single habit that nearly every kidney specialist over 60 in America builds their morning around. Number 1, wild Atlantic salmon. Not farmed, not fried, not breaded, wild, baked with lemon and olive oil. Most seniors have been told to fear protein. They have been told that protein damages the kidneys. And while that is partially true for low-quality, high-phosphorus animal proteins, the omega-3 fatty acids in cold water fish do something remarkable inside the aging kidney. A 2021 study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology followed 12,422 adults over 60 for 9 years and found that participants who consumed 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week experienced a 33% slower decline in glomerular filtration rate compared to those who avoided fish. EPA and DHA, the 2 omega-3 molecules concentrated in salmon, reduce inflammation in the glomeruli, the tiny filters of your kidneys, and lower the level of TGF-beta, the master molecule that drives kidney scarring. Less TGF-beta means less fibrosis. Less fibrosis means more years of normal kidney function. I think of Eleanor, 71, from Asheville, North Carolina. She came to me with a GFR of 52, a creatinine of 1.3, and a quiet fear that dialysis was waiting for her in 5 years. Her diet was full of chicken breast and cottage cheese. She had been avoiding fish for years because someone at her church told her it was high in mercury. Wild Atlantic salmon contains a fraction of the mercury of large predators like swordfish or tuna, and the kidney protection from omega-3s vastly outweighs the trace exposure. We replaced 4 of her weekly chicken meals with wild-caught salmon and sardines. 6 months later, her GFR was 61. Her creatinine had dropped to 1.1. Her urinary albumin to creatinine ratio, the most sensitive marker of kidney damage, had fallen by 42%. Eleanor cried in my office because, for the first time in years, she felt like time was moving in her favor. Pause for a second. I want you to ask yourself a question. When was the last time your nephrologist or your primary care doctor sat down with you for a full hour and explained your kidney blood work line by line? Most 12-minute appointments don't have time. That's why this channel exists. That's why Active Seniors was built. Few doctors have the time to explain. We do. Now let's talk about food number 2, and this one will surprise you. Number 2, red cabbage, raw, fermented, or lightly steamed. A half cup every single day. Forget kale, forget spinach. Both are loaded with oxalates, which crystallize inside aging kidneys and contribute to stone formation and fibrosis. In a younger kidney, oxalates are filtered and excreted without consequence. In a kidney over 60, with reduced tubular flow and slower glomerular filtration, oxalates linger. They form microscopic crystals that scar the renal tissue from the inside out. Red cabbage is what nephrologists actually eat. It contains anthocyanins, the same purple-red pigments that give blueberries their color. And these molecules cross into the renal tissue and activate a protective pathway called NRF2. When NRF2 turns on, your kidney cells start producing their own internal antioxidants, including glutathione and superoxide dismutase. A 2020 randomized trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that adults over 60 who consumed half a cup of red cabbage daily for 12 weeks had a 26% reduction in markers of oxidative stress in the kidneys, and a measurable improvement in endothelial function, meaning the inner lining of their blood vessels, including the ones inside the kidney, became more flexible and more youthful. Red cabbage is also low in potassium when raw and shredded thin, which makes it safe for the vast majority of seniors who have been told to avoid leafy greens. It is the food that I personally eat 3 to 4 times a week. It is on the dinner plate of nearly every nephrologist I trained with at university hospitals across the country. And yet you almost never see it featured on a senior nutrition list because it is too cheap, too unglamorous, and too quiet for marketing. A single small head of red cabbage costs less than $3. It will give you 20 servings. That is 15 cents per protective dose for your kidneys. There is nothing in pharmacy at any price that gives you the same return. Number 3, extra virgin olive oil. 2 tablespoons a day, cold, on salad, on cooked vegetables, drizzled into soup at the end. Never used to fry. This is not just Mediterranean diet folklore. The PRED-MED trial, one of the largest randomized nutrition trials ever conducted, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, followed over 7,000 adults at high cardiovascular risk and found that those consuming extra virgin olive oil daily had a 42% lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease compared to a low-fat control diet. 42% from a single food. The polyphenols in cold-pressed olive oil, particularly oleocanthal, act as natural inhibitors of COX2, the same enzyme that ibuprofen blocks, but without the kidney damage that NSAIDs cause. 2 tablespoons of high-quality extra virgin olive oil contains roughly the anti-inflammatory equivalent of 1 low-dose ibuprofen tablet, with none of the harm. I think of Robert, 68, from Tampa, Florida. Type 2 diabetic for 19 years. His GFR had dropped from 72 to 48 in a span of 4 years. His nephrologist had told him to prepare emotionally for dialysis. We did 3 things. We replaced his canola and corn oils with extra virgin olive oil. We added wild salmon twice a week. We added the red cabbage you just heard about. 7 months later, his GFR had climbed back to 58. His proteinuria had dropped from 500 milligrams per day to 140. His nephrologist asked him what new medication he had started. He had started no medication. He had started eating like a kidney specialist. The olive oil that protects kidneys must be cold-pressed, dark-bottled, and labeled extra virgin. The cheap light-colored olive oil sold in clear plastic bottles in the supermarket has been refined with heat and chemicals, and most of the polyphenols are gone. Pay the extra $4 or $5. Your kidneys will pay you back in years. You're 9 minutes in. If what you're hearing is shifting how you think about food after 60, do me a small favor. Tap the like button. It is the single signal that tells YouTube to show this video to other seniors who are right now eating the wrong dietary advice and don't even know it. And subscribe to Active Seniors so you don't miss the next 2 videos in this kidney series, including one on the 4 pills that nephrologists themselves never take after 60, and a second on the morning routine mistake that quietly destroys filtration capacity. Now let's keep going, because food number 4 is the one nobody talks about, and the one that overturns 30 years of bad advice. Number 4, whole egg breakfast. 2 whole eggs, soft-boiled or poached, 5 mornings a week. For 30 years, seniors were told to fear eggs. They were told that the cholesterol in egg yolks would damage their hearts and their kidneys. That advice was based on flawed observational data that has since been overturned. A 2018 meta-analysis published in the journal Nutrients reviewed 28 clinical trials involving over 1 million participants and found no association between egg consumption and chronic kidney disease in adults over 60. In fact, the yolk of a whole egg contains choline and lutein, 2 compounds that aging kidneys desperately need. Choline supports the methylation pathways that prevent renal fibrosis. Lutein concentrates in the eye, but also in the renal cortex, where it acts as a localized antioxidant. The other reason nephrologists eat whole eggs is the protein quality. Egg protein has a biological value of 100, meaning your body uses nearly every gram of it. This is critical for seniors over 60 because sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, accelerates kidney decline. When your muscles shrink, your creatinine production becomes erratic, your nitrogen balance falls, and your kidneys are forced to work harder to compensate. 2 whole eggs in the morning protect both your muscle and your kidney filtration in a single quiet meal. Margaret, 66, from Tampa, had been eating egg white omelets for 20 years because her doctor in 1998 told her yolks were dangerous. We added back 2 whole eggs every morning. In 4 months, her serum albumin rose from 3.8 to 4.2, a sign that her body was finally getting the protein it needed. Her GFR rose from 54 to 62. Her grip strength, measured with a dynamometer, increased 12%. She told me her grandchildren noticed she could open jars again. 20 years of egg white omelets had quietly starved her body of the very nutrients her kidneys and muscles needed most. If your cholesterol concerns you, eat the whole egg with vegetables and olive oil rather than with bacon or sausage. The combination matters. The egg itself is not the enemy. It never was. 6 to 8 glasses a day, slowly, throughout the day, not in one sitting. I know this is not a glamorous food. I know you came here expecting a superfood, a berry, a sprout. But ask any nephrologist what the single most important thing they do for their own kidneys is, and almost every one of them will tell you the same answer. They drink water, constantly, slowly, spread across the day. After the age of 60, your thirst sensation diminishes by roughly 40%. By the time you feel thirsty, your kidneys have already been operating in a low-flow, high-concentration state for hours. That state, chronic mild dehydration, is one of the most powerful and most underestimated drivers of kidney decline in seniors. A 2017 study from the American Journal of Kidney Diseases tracked 3,427 adults over 60 for 8 years and found that those drinking adequate filtered water, defined as 1.5 to 2 liters per day, had a 30% slower decline in GFR compared to underhydrated peers. Filtered water matters because most American tap water carries trace amounts of chlorine, fluoride byproducts, and microplastics, all of which place additional load on the renal tubules. A simple under-sink filter or a countertop pitcher with an activated carbon and ion exchange cartridge removes most of these. The investment is small. The protection is significant. The mistake most seniors make is to drink large volumes of water in the morning and then almost nothing for the rest of the day. The kidney prefers a steady, gentle flow. 6 to 8 glasses of room temperature filtered water sipped across 12 waking hours is far more protective than 2 liters consumed before noon. Keep a glass bottle or a ceramic pitcher within arm's reach of where you spend your day. Refill it on a schedule. Set a quiet alarm if you must. Your thirst signal cannot be trusted after 60. Build the habit on a clock, not on a feeling. Hydration is not exciting. It is not photogenic, but it is the quiet, daily, repeatable habit that protects the kidneys of every nephrologist over 60 I have ever known, including mine. So let's bring this home. 5 foods. Wild salmon 2 to 3 times a week. Half a cup of red cabbage every day. 2 tablespoons of cold extra virgin olive oil. 2 whole eggs 5 mornings a week. And 1.5 to 2 liters of filtered water, sipped slowly across the day. None of these are exotic. None of these require a prescription. None of these cost more than $10 a week. And yet together they form the quiet daily protocol that the doctors who specialize in kidneys have been using on themselves for decades. If you took only one thing from this video, let it be this. The kidneys you will have at 75 are a direct reflection of what you put on your plate at 60. Not at 30, at 60. The decline that most Americans experience between 60 and 80 is not inevitable. It is largely a dietary outcome. Eleanor proved it. Robert proved it. Margaret proved it. Their blood work is in their charts. Their GFRs are climbing. Their proteinuria is falling. Their nephrologists are confused because the only variable that changed was the food on their dinner plates. And not one of them did anything you cannot do starting tomorrow morning. Here's what I want you to do this week. Take this video and watch it again with a notebook. Write down the 5 foods. Take that list to the grocery store on Saturday. Open your refrigerator on Sunday and let your eyes show you the truth. How much processed protein? How much canola oil? How many oxalate-heavy greens have been sitting there for years? Replace them slowly, one by one, with the foods on this list. Do not change everything in a single day. The kidney is a patient organ. It rewards slow, consistent change. In 4 to 6 weeks, ask your doctor for a basic metabolic panel and a urinary albumin to creatinine ratio. Watch the numbers. Let the numbers tell you the story. And remember, your kidneys have to last you another 30 years. Take care of them like the precious, irreplaceable organs they are. If this video helped you, the most important thing you can do right now is share it with one person over 60 in your life. A spouse, a sibling, a friend from church. Because most seniors are still being told to eat the wrong foods, and a single share from you may protect their kidneys for the next decade. Right after this video, I'd like you to watch the next one in this series. It's called, If You're Over 60 and Take Ibuprofen, Your Kidneys Are in Serious Danger. It's the natural next step after what you just heard. The link is on your screen now and pinned in the description. I'm Dr. Richard Foster. This was Active Seniors. Take good care of yourself. Your kidneys still have many good years left in them. I'll see you in the next video.